from ground zero, or at least it will be. Um, I just wanted to pop on here for a few minutes. Got a lot of nervous energy, as you could expect. Um, this is Tuesday, let's see, October 8th, 2024. We are waiting. We are waiting for Milton, a very powerful storm. And if the reports are right, it'll be the first time in about 100 years that the west coast of Florida took a direct hit from a storm this powerful ever. Nick D, good to see you. CJ, good to see you. I am safe. You know, nothing's happening right now, as you can see. I mean, look at the sky behind me. Yeah, it's a little gray, but, you know, here, let me show you. Ground is dry. Streets dry. Everything's dry. Although right just now, a little bit of drizzle. And off in the distance, a mail truck. So some semblance of normalcy, at least on Tuesday. Nothing's really supposed to happen today, except right now it's drizzling. So I'm going to move up here underneath my awning near my garage door. But yeah, nothing is really supposed to happen today. O'clock update from the National Hurricane Center says that no change in the track. The storm did weaken a bit. Category 4, you know, you really can't call it weak. But yeah, it's supposed to hit somewhere a little bit north of me, somewhere between Bradenton, Florida and Tampa, Florida. Ken Spear, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Amada, good to see you. Joshua George, Shabbat Shalom, sir. Nick D says I'm in Deland or Deadland, saying 16 inches of rain. I believe it. Latest track shows that when Milton does hit the ground, it's going to go right across the middle of the state, right up the I-4 corridor mostly, and hit Orlando as a Category 2. So this storm is not to be screwed with. Yeah, Nick, same here. Ground is soaked. Now, I am not in a floodplain. I am not in an area that's going to flood. In fact, I'm so far inland that I'm not even considered in a flood zone. I'm well east of I-75 on a map. So storm surge is not my problem. My problem is wind. Now, my roof was redone in 2021, and they said it was done to the Hurricane Andrew standard, which is the standard for all of Florida now. So I have some confidence. I live in a townhouse, which means that in my particular townhouse block, I have 4 townhouses, and I'm right in the middle. So my north and south walls are covered by other townhouses. They're shared walls. In fact, I'll back up a little bit so you can see. Anyway, see, that's my townhouse right there. I share a wall there, and I share a wall over there. So the only walls I have that are exposed is this wall here and my backside of my house. So, morning and that. So hopefully, I mean, in Irma And Ian and Idalia and Helene, this place survived pretty good. So Amada is supposed to hit between Bradenton, Florida and Tampa, Florida. That's where the center of the cone is. But according to the National Hurricane Center, the hurricane force winds extend 30 miles out from the center, and the tropical storm force winds are 105 miles out from the center. That's of 11 a.m. this morning. So I'm going to get tropical storm force winds. That's a given. I'm going to lose power. That's a given. I have a generator. I have food. I have water. And I mean, I've gotten text messages from some folks. I've gotten Facebook messages from some folks. And they're all saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Uncle Lou was very insistent that I should bug out. I can't. You know, and I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate the sentiments. I appreciate the concern. I do. The time to bug out is past. That ship has sailed. Couple of problems. Finding fuel. Now, both my cars are full of fuel. And I have about 14 gallons of gas for the generator. So I'm good for a while. Even if I could find fuel in the place I go to, there's no guarantee I can get back. All the hotels, including in the middle of the state, Clewiston, Belgrade, Claremont, all those places in the middle of the state near Lake Okeechobee, full. All the stuff around Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Davie, Lauder Hills, Pembroke Pines, Plantation, full, except on the coast. And the coast is under a tropical storm warning. So it makes no sense to get a hotel and spend $400 a night. Yes, that's what they're charging, $250 to $400 a night. And I need 2 rooms minimum for a place that's also under a storm watch. I might as well stay here. As long as my roof stays on and my windows stay intact, I'm good. That's a big if, obviously. Let's see. The sun's getting in my eyes. I can't read there. Did my neighborhood flood last time? The streets flooded a little bit. They drained off fairly quickly. They told us they fixed that problem. We'll see. Mata, I appreciate that. I'm worried about me too. I'm also worried about my mom, who lives a half mile that way, and I'm worried about my kids. You're glad I went live because I was thinking about checking in on me. No, I appreciate that. Sven, how you doing, man? I'm trying to stay safe, definitely. So finding a place to stay is impossible. Finding fuel in this part of the country is impossible. I personally know a neighbor who lives right over there, right behind me. She had to drive 20 miles last night in both directions, north and south, to find fuel. So fuel is a problem. I already went to an ATM. I have gotten stuff out of the ATM. ATMs are empty. All the grocery stores are empty. Walmart parking lot, according to a friend of mine, looks like Black Friday right now. And yet, if you look, you can see blue sky. I mean, it's a little gray, but those are high, thin clouds. It's blue sky. The proverbial calm before the storm. So leaving is not an option. Um, my mom really doesn't want to go. I mean, we'd go if we had a place to go to. The one place we may have had an option to go to down in Aventura, Florida, um, is my financial advisor, our financial advisor. Unfortunately, her sister and her mother have COVID, so we can't go there. So we're here. We're in Sarasota. I'm going to be on Wednesday night. I'm going to go to my mom's for dinner, like I usually do, and I'm going to stay at her house overnight, which is when the storm's going to hit. Her house is concrete block. Her house has a tile roof that's well anchored down to a Cat 4 standard. And I'll come back here in the morning, hopefully to an intact house, which I'm going to will that into existence. I'm going to manifest that in my mind that my house will be standing Thursday morning, and I'll fire up the generator and I'll keep the refrigerator going. And that's all I can do. Leaving is not an option at this point. We are where we are. I think I'm going to go inside. It's beginning to get a little hot out. Hang on a minute. And I'm not the only person that's staying staying here. Lots of other people are staying here too. Yeah, Big Two, good to see you, sir. There's a lot about the hurricane going around. I hope you're not one of those people who believes that Hurricane Helene and Milton are artificially created. No, I'm not somebody who thinks that the Democrat regime in the White House created these hurricanes. I think they created a piss poor aftermath to the hurricanes, but that's a whole other subject. As far as I know, BA and Lou got their power back a couple of days ago, and they're okay. I honestly don't know for sure. Yeah, Battle Angel, good to see you. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. I mean, I fully anticipate being without power for at least 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week. The infrastructure around here is pretty solid. They usually bury power lines in neighborhoods, but the transmission lines are above ground, above ground. And yeah, so right now it's Tuesday, just went noon. It is the proverbial calm before the storm, and I've done everything I can do. You got power after 10 days. Well, yeah, that's bad, but and if we lose power for 10 days, we lose power for 10 days. I mean, I'll keep the watches going that need to be kept going. They can be wound manually. I'll keep the refrigerator going as long as I can, and hope that Florida Power and Light and all the other companies can get the power on in less than 10 days. I mean, we do this. This is what we do. No offense, but Augusta, Georgia, is not ready for that kind of thing where Florida is. And I was out earlier, and I've seen power trucks pre-positioned in big store parking lots all over the place. They're here. They're ready to go. I see them from a lot of different states. I've seen Mastech. I've seen Pike. I've seen FPL. I've seen Tico. I've seen power trucks with license plates from Alabama, Louisiana, Texas even. So, yes, DeSantis, I am a big fan of DeSantis. And he is an adult and knows what he's doing. So I have confidence that the post-hurricane, at least at the state level and the local level, will be dealt with by adults. Now, the federal response, because we are Florida, I expect nothing from FEMA, period. Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, FEMA doesn't exist. But yeah, that's really all I got. I just wanted to go live for a few minutes before the shit hits the fan, and thank all of you guys for. Hey Zona, how you doing, man? Well, Sven, yeah, a lot of wooden houses in the South, but they're older construction. Newer construction, they don't really do that anymore. But I wanted to go live, while it was calm and say thank you to everyone for, the text messages, the PMs, the comments on the YouTube and so on. I'm fine. My girls are fine. My mom is fine. Now, say Thursday morning about sunrise, we'll see. And maybe I'll try and go live for a few minutes if the cell network is still running, and say, I'm still alive. I fully expect to still be alive. I just don't know what condition my home will be in. I'm hoping it will be okay. Between my mom's house and my house, if one of them survives, we'll be okay. Ideally, both will survive. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go sign off. I'm going to go try and relax. Maybe try and eat something. My stomach has been so roiled up lately, it's not even funny. I'm not eating very much, and yet my blood sugar is up. I don't know. I'll try and take care of myself. But after the storm passes, I'll try and let you guys know if I made it. And if hopefully some of you will be happy to hear that. I'll be happy to hear that. And I'll update you as I can. But for now, it's your boy, SaleenDriver, from Ground Zero. And I was hoping I would live my life without having to say that. Thank you, Sven. I will try and take my watches to the bank. I don't have a bank, but I do have a safe. And the valuable watches will be in the safe. So this is your boy, SaleenDriver, from Ground Zero in Florida.